Hello and welcome to episode number 84 of WITM Season 5. And we are going to be doing this week right here. It is the final week leading up to our next main roster pay-per-view, Stomping Grounds, where we will have three WITM members defending titles. Andrew will defend the Cruiserweight title. Captain Casey will make his first defense of the Universal title, and Jack will be defending the United States title. We also have other WITM members in contention for titles. So, definitely going to be a lot of important matches here on this episode. And by the end of the episode, we will know who those three WITM defending champions will be facing, as well as if Corey will be receiving a WWE title opportunity or not. And we kick things off, as always, with Monday Night Raw. And we have two WITM matches on the card for you. We kick things off with the Raw Tag Team Champions and the United States Champion Jack in action. They'll be teaming together to take on Wildcard from SmackDown, Jinder Mahal, and The Ascension. And they will kick off Monday Night Raw in the opening match. And then in the main event, the Universal Champion, Captain Casey, will compete in his first match since becoming Universal Champion 1 week ago at Super Showdown. He'll be taking on the almighty Bobby Lashley, looking to build up some momentum heading into his first Universal title defense in 6 days at Stomping Grounds. WWE has been on a bit of a 2 out of 3 falls kick lately, the latest and somewhat more unusual example being a 2 out of 3 falls match, which we are going to have here in our opening 6-man tag team match. So 2 out of 3 falls, each team of 3 must get 2 pinfalls or submissions in order to pick up the victory. We could potentially see as many as 3 falls in the match. Of course, the Bank Robbers will not be appearing at Stomping Grounds, but they want a bit of momentum heading into their next title defense. They defended the titles last week successfully in a triple threat tag team match over the Revival and the Viking Raiders. Jack, however, will be defending the U.S. title at Stomping Grounds. We're actually going to find out who his opponent will be in this episode. We'll have a little more information on that a little later. But they'll be taking on Jinder Mahal of SmackDown Live, and as well as a team that would love to get themselves in the title picture and pick up the non-title victory here, the Ascension. So let's get our first match underway. 6-man tag, 2 out of 3 falls. The United States Champion Jack teams with the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Bank Robbers, to take on SmackDown Wildcard Jinder Mahal and the Ascension.
Yeah, साडी शान देखो मान सम्मान देखो पंजाबी मुंडे जिबे खड़ी है चट्टान देखो साडी पहचान देखो चंगा मतान देखो होते समय बैरी किन्ने ने हैरान देखो ये मचार बैरी मूरे आके खंगे केड़ा जिते तू रहना अपा देश यंदा है कटेरा बिना जो वैन कटो झूठे दंदा से चटो शाने पंजाब दाडी नगरी दा लांदा गेड़ा मोती अखां च अख पाके वेखावे हो माई दलाल केड़ा जेड़ा सन्नू पावे रो पहले तू बाही जिते बंब सुटे साडी कौम छोटी उम्र तू ही खतरे ते पाले शो किसे तो डर जमा ए जिंद जिंदा नहीं खून का प्यासा हो कोई शै पींदा नहीं सुतक प्यास ते जलम तू लहरा विच नाब न सच वंदे मिल बन के रूहे पंजाब मुंडे जिते जान उते जा जान वड्डी तू वड्डी वेखो मुश्किला करन सान शेरा दी कौम अप्पा शेरा दी कौम अप्पा शेरा दी कौम साडे हौसले रहंदे महान मुंडे जिते जान उते जा जान वड्डी तू वड्डी वेखो मुश्किला करन सान शेरा दी कौम अप्पा शेरा दी कौम अप्पा शेरा दी कौम साडे हौसले रहंदे महान शेरा दी एक दिन जिदे ते 10 साल तू होंदा भारी बड़ा शेरा दा एक comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball.
And
This
his
is your
opponent,
last one and a courtesy call.
from Bray.
Hey, yo. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me to the core and makes me stronger than before. It's not a question about trust, but we stand with us. Can you feel it? Make it real. Oh, I think it. His driver's
And his
license
opponent,
and James, he went by Jim.
At a combined weight
A gangster wannabe, and baby, that was him.
the Raw Tag
He
Team
stole his
Champions,
uncle's 44 last Friday night. Said if I wanted in, we'd have to plan this thing just right. We'll need the gloves, we'll need the bags, a couple masks. We'll need to steal a car with windows tinted black. He picked the nearest bank on Main and 17th. We wrote down every line from every movie that we'd seen, screaming, "This is a robbery, now get down on the floor. We're here for all the shit that you don't need no more, yeah. We want your cash, open the safe, get off your phone. Don't be a hero and you might just make it home. Get 'em up, then get down. Reach for the sky, then go ahead and kiss the ground. Get 'em up, then get down. Reach for the sky.
This is a match that doesn't need a lot of hype and scripting.
And there's the bell. This match is underway. Jack is going to get things started off for himself and the Bank Robbers. SmackDown wildcard Jinder Mahal gets things started off for himself and the Ascension. This is probably the last you're going to see of Jinder Mahal in WITM Season 5 because he suffered a very long-term injury in real life about a week after this date we're at in Universe. So we probably will not see the modern-day Maharaja again until WITM Season 6 on WWE 2K20. Jack and Mahal fight on the outside. Jack will find out in the next match, a non-WITM match, who his opponent will be, where Jack will defend the United States title for the first time in 6 days at Stomping Grounds. We'll have more info on that following this match. Now Jack and Mahal back into the ring. Jack tries to lead Mahal into his team's corner. Can't get him all the way there, but does get him in working hold position where he targets the head and back. Mahal wisely able to draw the way and then trips the leg of Jack to get him down to the canvas.
Superstars of the line, things of a common interest. The most crucial aspect to a six-man tag team being successful is that trio's ability.
Mahal is trying to lead Jack into his team's corner. He's able to fight off with some elbow strikes.
At all times. So much can take place during a six-man tag match, regardless of what type of match the teams of three are competing in.
Mahal forced up to his feet.
Must be on the same page.
Airship into his team's corner. And in comes Dalton Roush, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Bank Robbers, who impressively retained their Raw Tag Team titles despite Shane McMahon putting the odds against them last week against the Revival and Viking Raiders. And Victor, now the legal man, for the Ascension
Continuing to punish them.
as Dalton Roush goes to work on the arm of Victor. Now Victor back up to his feet and reverses. And there's a knee to the gut of Dalton. But Dalton gets back on the attack, tosses Victor on the outside right on top of his teammate Mahal. And there's a gut punch from Dalton, but Victor responds with one of his
I
own.
think Victor is in some trouble here. Looks like he may have let his guard down there for a moment.
Mahal getting close on the action, as is Connor.
Perhaps the unpredictable nature of this match
And
is too much for him to
Mahal, not the legal man, but
process, guys.
connects with a neck breaker, and that allows Victor
He
to
just has to make sure he keeps it to a minimum.
get back to his feet and force Dalton back into the ring. Dalton goes all the way to evade Victor, but he is able to connect anyways. Victor looking for submission, can't quite see what it is because DJ Rage is in the way, but nonetheless Dalton is able to reverse by taking out the leg of Victor. And there's a punch to the gut of Dalton, and another sends Dalton into the corner. Now Victor heads to the middle rope and connects with a DDT. DJ Rage and Jack put their hands out for a tag, but Dalton is accidentally heading towards the wrong corner. In comes Connor of the Ascension. They would love to get themselves back in the Raw Tag Titles conversation. The Ascension. Connor attacks the arm of Dalton, and now Connor stomping away at the shoulder of Dalton, now the guts. And Connor thought for a minute he was looking for a finisher, but not quite. But Connor claws away at the shoulder of Dalton, trying to neutralize some of his power. Dalton rolls out of the way of Connor. And now, submission locked in. Dalton using his legs to wear down the head of Connor, but he's able to get back to his feet somehow and break the hold. There's a punch from Connor. Victor getting a shot in as well to help out his tag team partner, and now Dalton forced into the opponent's corner where his head is repeatedly slammed into that top turnbuckle. Dalton trying to get to his corner and tags in the United States Champion Jack. Now Jack is fired up. He wants momentum heading to his first title defense. This is the first time he is going to tag with bank robbers on his own. Usually Captain Casey is the third man when the bank robbers need one, but he will be competing in the main event tonight against Bobby Lashley. Mahal with a spear to the chest of Jack. And a stomp and a knee to the head. Shoulder block from Jack, and now Mahal dragged closer to center ring. And Jack connects with an elbow drop. Now Mahal forced to his feet. Jack was looking for a choke slam. Mahal was able to break that up. Otherwise, we may have seen our first fall in this 2 out of 3 falls match. Now Mahal getting fired up. There's an elbow drop to the chest. And a reversal by Jack. There's a clubbing blow to the back, and now Mahal forced back up to his feet. There's an Irish whip into Jack in the bank robber's corner, but Mahal is able to reverse with an elbow strike to get back to his feet. Jack once again forced to his feet, and there's an Irish whip into the ropes. And a toss from Mahal, but Jack is able to avoid the kick to the back and get back up. Irish whip into the corner. Jack gets the tag to Dalton Roush. I don't think we've seen DJ Rage compete yet in this match. It's been all Jack and Dalton Roush so far for their side. Perhaps the strategy for the bank robbers and Jack is to help have DJ Rage help them get a second fall in this match and let Jack and Dalton work together to get the first fall. But there's a Colossus from Jinder Mahal. It might be Mahal and the Ascension getting fall number 1. But not if DJ Rage has anything to say about it. Break up the cover and accidentally take out the official in the process. And now it's utter chaos with no official. 4 men in the ring. Mahal and Roush are the legal men, and it's Mahal in control at the moment. Dalton's able to reverse with a gut kick and a huge clothesline to send Mahal seated in his own corner. There's a stomp to the chest, and Dalton thought he may have been going for submission there, but rather he's going to tag in the United States champion, Jack. Jack misses with a stomp and misses again as Mahal tries to get, I believe, to his corner for a tag. Now he has the opportunity to make that tag. He decides not to. Mahal had Jack up on his shoulders, but Jack was able to reverse with some elbow strikes. Jack with a power slam, but that's what Mahal in position to get to Connor for a hot tag. And Jack is able to break up Connor's momentum coming off that tag. But Connor is able to avoid the crossbody. There's an arm strip into the corner, and Connor is able to evade. What does Connor have in mind here? He places Jack on that top turnbuckle, and someone has been busted open. I believe that is Jack. Definitely don't want to suffer an injury in this match when he's got his first title defense in 6 days. Of course, whenever you see blood, that puts you at risk for injury. And we're still, haven't even had our first fall yet in this match. This is probably going to be a long, grueling matchup. And DJ Rage is going to see his first action coming in for the Bloody Jack. He's fired up. Clothesline by DJ Rage. Rage grabs the leg of Connor, but he's able to free himself with his one free leg and get on the attack. There's a reversal from Rage.
Both teams working well here together.
Rage planting Connor into the canvas and getting fired up. And there's a reversal from Connor. Now Rage forced into the opponent's corner, and there was a finisher, or rather a signature from Connor, now setting up for a finisher. Choke slam connects. Does this get us our first fall in this matchup? No, Rage powers out at 2. And now Connor's going to bring in his tag team partner, Victor. Just allow me to adjust my headset before it falls off my head. Victor forced into his opponent's corner and is able to reverse. DJ Rage hasn't exactly fared too well since being tagged into this matchup. It's been all Ascension and Mahal ever since. Dalton giving some aid to his tag team partner. And now Rage gets back to his feet and lands some strikes on Victor. count of 6, he's going to need to get back in the ring, or our first fall is going to be decided via count out.
Who is going to have enough to pick up the win?
DJ Roush repeatedly slamming into Victor into that LED board. He may be planning on getting the first fall via count out. That's exactly what he's going to do. Just as Victor was trying to get back to the ring, Dalton Roush intercepted him. Very good strategy by the bank robbers. Victor would have probably made it back in time were it not for Dalton just plain getting in Victor's way. And the bank robbers and Jack get the first fall in this match. That means the Ascension and Mahal need 2 falls over the bank robbers and Jack in order to win this matchup. Bank robbers and Jack only need 1. There's an elbow strike. Victor just barely able to get to Jinder Mahal for a hot tag. And the bank robbers in very familiar territory, they have the advantage of tag team matchup. How impressive have the bank robbers been as a tag team? Every time the odds are against them, they find a way to make it happen, and with relative ease. And they are in the lead right now in this matchup as Mahal went for a high risk elbow drop from the ring to outside, and it did not pay off. As Rage looks to slam Mahal on the bottom of that entrance ramp, Mahal is able to evade, and Rage might be content to get another count out fall. Even if Rage gets counted out here, it won't matter. That would be enough for a victory.
Corey, tell me, just how much strength does carrying your opponent around like this take? Let's put it this way, Corey. Saxton would never be able to do it.
Of course, Mahal, he may be trying to return the favor and get a count-out decision himself. Hopefully, we don't have every fall in this match decided by count-out, but that just might happen.
Thinking about what to do next here. Well, better not think too long, though.
What a move from Rage. Throwing Mahal head first into that ring post, busting Mahal open. And Rage just punishing Mahal on the outside now, and I believe he's going to try to do the same thing he did before. Get the decision via count out. It doesn't look like Mahal's going to be getting up anytime soon, as Rage is just absolutely destroying him. No, Rage wants to get a clean decision here and waits. Rage was counted out. Mahal and Ascension got a fall there. But the Rage kick connects. We are now at, it's 1-1, which means we are now have a normal 6-man tag. The next fall will decide this match. The first 2 falls are determined by countout. 1 in favor of the bank robbers and Jack, 1 in favor of Mahal and the Ascension. But Rage might pick up the victory here, and does. The bank robbers and Jack pick up the victory in a great 6-man 2 out of 3 falls match tag, with the first 2 falls via count out and the deciding fall via pin.
And here's a last look at this one.
Here are your winners, the Legend Killer, Jack Hayes, and DJ Lee.
But that was definitely a suitable matchup to write off Jinder Mahal until WITM Season 6 with Jack, or rather DJ Rage, absolutely destroying him on the outside in the end. And now Jack will be paying very close attention to this next match, because it will determine who his opponent will be. This is a fatal 5-way elimination match where the winner of this match will face Jack for the United States Championship at Stomping Grounds. And we'll have more information on that match during our results and rankings update. But for now, we turn our attention to our main event where the Universal Champion and Jack's tag team partner, Captain Casey, will be competing in the main event. His first matchup is becoming Universal Champion, and his only chance to build up momentum heading into his first defense of the Universal title at Stomping Grounds in 6 days. He'll be taking on the man who held the Intercontinental title in WITM for over a year, the almighty Bobby Lashley. Of course, Lashley would love an opportunity at that Universal title as well. That could possibly happen if Lashley gets the non-title victory here. Captain Casey will be accompanied by Jack, and as well as the newest member of the Blade Runners, Jack's brother, Dylan Hayes. So let's get our main event match underway, and then we'll have our results and rankings update following that match and find out who Jack's opponent for the U.S. title will be, and also a Women's Tag Team Championship match will be in the results among other matches. But now it's main event time. Non-title action between the Universal Champion Captain Casey, accompanied by U.S. Champion Jack and Dylan Hayes, versus the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Making his way to the ring from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, Bobby Lashley.
There's the bell, this non-title matchup, and the first matchup for Captain Casey since he slayed the Beast at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia and became Universal Champion. And the only tune-up match that Captain Casey gets before he would have been that Universal title in 6 days at Stomping Grounds. Right away, Casey and Lashley take the fight outside with Dylan Hayes getting a close eye on the action. Casey beat a powerhouse Brock Lesnar at Super Showdown. Can he do the same here? Bobby Lashley, of course, also a powerhouse. And now Jack is going to get a closer look as well. Of course, he had a brutal match of his own tonight, but he's here regardless to back up his Blade Runner brother, Captain Casey. As Lashley knees Casey across the ring, and Casey is able to reverse with an arm drag.
Axe handle finds its target. His shoulders are down.
There's a cover from Casey, looking to make quick work of Lashley, but he's able to power out. There's a stomp to the head of Casey from Lashley, and a knee to the head. Lashley looking to do the same, make quick work of Casey, and he powers out almost immediately. And now Casey forced up to his feet. Lashley looking for a gut kick. Casey is able to reverse. There's a stomp to the chest.
Hey, you're going to absorb some punishment in a wrestling match.
And reversal by Casey.
Territory, and he knows that. I doubt he's all that concerned at this point.
Shoulder block from Lashley. Casey forced up to his feet. And our ship is going to send Lashley into the corner. And now Casey repeatedly slamming the head of Lashley into that top turnbuckle. Casey definitely holding his own so far in this matchup against the powerhouse Bobby Lashley, the man who we've seen be very dominant previously in WITM when he held the Intercontinental title for over a year. There's a choke slam by Lashley. Now Lashley with a working hold targeting the head of Casey, and it's locked in well.
In an environment where it's not uncommon to see superstars beating their chests over how great they think they are, I find Lashley's reserved demeanor to be quite refreshing. Oh, Lashley isn't the most out.
Now Lashley goes for cover. And Casey's able to power out at one. Now Casey forced back up to his feet. There's an arrow ship into the ropes. A reversal by Casey. But there's Casey with the pepperoni of fate, and now he goes for cover. Does he defeat Bobby Lashley here and pick up momentum heading into Sunday? No. Casey is in shock that Lashley powered out at 1.5, but now Casey's looking for the soda pop. And it connects with great positioning, center ring. Does this put away Bobby Lashley? No. Lashley powers out at 2, and Casey again showing some frustration. Asking himself what it will take to put away Bobby Lashley. There's a shoulder block from Lashley. Casey forced to his feet. Casey's able to avoid the punch, and there's a great roundhouse kick in midair. Reversal by Lashley. Lashley perhaps looking for a brainbuster, but first showing off that incredible power he has. And now it connects. Now Lashley going into mounted punches, once again making a target of the head of Captain Casey. And Lashley goes for cover. And he gets a 2 count as well. There's another near fall, and this time it's Lashley showing some frustration. But now Lashley's looking for a spear. This is a move we've seen put WITM members away very many times. Will it put away another? And yes, it will. Bobby Lashley scores the non-title victory over Casey. And now the rankings update is going to be very interesting. Are we going to see the rematch at Stomping Grounds with the title on the line? Okay, and here are your results and rankings update following this edition of Monday Night Raw. We start things off with DJ Rage, Dalton, Roush, and Jack, the bank robbers, and Jack defeating Jinder Mahal and the Ascension in a great tag team match that will be Jinder Mahal's final match of WITM Season 5 following that brutal throw into the ring post that busted him open. And the Bank Robbers pick up more momentum as Raw Tag Team Champions. Jack picks up more momentum as United States Champion. Speaking of Jack, this following match determined who he will face at Stomping Grounds in his first defense of the United States Championship, and it will be the former United States Champion, the man he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on to become United States Champion. Cesaro will get his rematch at Stomping Grounds. He defeated AJ Styles with no decision for The Miz, Eric Young, or Andrade. Then Cedric Alexander defeated Titus O'Neil. Natalya defeated Dana Brooke. The Kabuki Warriors defeated the Iconics to become the new Women's Tag Team Champions. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins. Bobby Lashley defeated Captain Casey. Unfortunately, in the main event, Captain Casey will lose some momentum heading into Stomping Grounds where he defends the Universal title. And for Bobby Lashley, he got the huge non-title victory. But is that enough for him to get a title shot rematch at Stomping Grounds? Let's find out and do our rankings update. The Women's Tag Team Champions are the new Women's Tag Team Champions are the Kabuki Warriors. Number 1, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And number 2, the Iconics. The Raw Women's Champion is Natalya. Number 1 contender, Lacey Evans. Number 2, Alexa Bliss. Number 3, Naomi. Number 4, Dana Brooke. Number 5, Nikki Cross. Number 6, Alicia Fox. Number 7, Tamina. Number 8, Becky Lynch. And number 9, Sarah Logan. The Raw Tag Team Champions are the Bank Robbers. Number 1 contender is the Revival. Number 2, Gallows and Anderson. Number 3, the Viking Raiders. Number 4, Lucha House Party. Number 5, Hawkins and Ryder. Number 6, the Ascension. Number 7, the Usos. The United States Champion is Jack, number 1 contender, and his opponent at Stomping Grounds, Cesaro. Number 2, The Miz. Number 3, Eric Young. Number 4, Andrade. Number 5, Cedric Alexander. Number 6, AJ Styles. Number 7, Mojo Rawley. Number 8, Bobby Roode. 9, Samoa Joe. Number 10, Titus O'Neil. Number 11, EC3. Number 12, Ricochet. Number 13, Heath Slater. Number 14, No Way Jose. The Universal Champion is Captain Casey. Bobby Lashley's victory was not enough to move him up to the number 1 contendership. That means Captain Casey's opponent will be another man much, much larger than him. He went from Brock Lesnar to Bobby Lashley to his opponent at Stomping Grounds, the monster among men. Braun Strowman will be the man that Captain Casey must defend the Universal title against at Stomping Grounds. That should be a very good and interesting matchup. Number 2 is Drew McIntyre. Number 3, Bobby Lashley. Number 4, Seth Rollins. Number 5, Baron Corbin. And number 6, Sami Zayn. So now we turn our attention to SmackDown Live. Will we see Corey, the Reaper, the AI Master, who is a double champion as of last week, winning both the 24/7 and Intercontinental titles? And of course, if AI Master is in action, that match will be for the 24/7 title. Will we see the Hardcore Icon action? And could we possibly see Captain Casey, Jack, or the Bank Robbers in action as wildcards? Let's find out in just a moment. I'm going to head off screen and find out what 4 wildcards from Raw will be appearing on SmackDown, and then I will reveal your SmackDown card to you. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now it is time for SmackDown Live, and we do have 2 WITM matches on the card for you. The first one is not one you would expect. The Bank Robbers, the Raw Tag Team Champions, have been selected as wildcards from Raw to appear on SmackDown Live. They will make, I believe, their first appearance on SmackDown Live as a tag team. I believe for DJ Rage, this is his first match ever on SmackDown Live. And they'll be taking on, in my opinion, a dream tag team. Ali of SmackDown and Ricochet, another wild card from Raw. And that match will be an elimination tag team match. Not bank robber rules, just plain old elimination tag. And then Corey will be in action in a huge matchup because Corey is in control of his own destiny. He comes into the SmackDown, the go-home SmackDown before Stomping Grounds, the #1 contender to Kevin Owens' WWE Championship, if he can defeat Roman Reigns. In his match this week, he will take on Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship at Stomping Grounds. If he loses, well then of course someone else, possibly Roman Reigns, will get that opportunity. Another match of note, during the Raw Rankings update, I announced Braun Strowman as Captain Case's opponent for the Universal title at Stomping Grounds. Well, that may not happen now because Braun Strowman has been selected as a wild card from Raw to appear on SmackDown, and his opponent, the WWE Champion Kevin Owens. So, if Owens picks up the victory and defeats Strowman, Strowman will of course fall down for the #1 contendership, and someone else, most likely Drew McIntyre or possibly Bobby Lashley, the man that just defeated Casey on Raw, would be Casey's opponent for the Universal title at Stomping Grounds instead. So a big time non-WITM match to keep an eye on that I'm sure Casey will be tuning in for. We'll have more information on that during our rankings update, but for now, let's turn our attention to this first match, a match that can only be made possible with wildcard rules. It's the Raw Tag Team Champions appearing on SmackDown to take on Mustafa Ali and fellow wildcard Ricochet on SmackDown Live in Elimination Tag Team action, non-title. Let's get that match underway.
You know it's been a minute, boy, I've been inside. Yeah, I swear on it all, I'm gonna get it. I'ma go hard, I'ma go hard, I'ma go hard.
From Chicago, Illinois,
I'ma go hard, I'ma go hard.
82 pounds.
I'ma go.
I rap hard for my crew, for the city I'm from. Raise the bar, what it do? If you with me, we run. When I get on that takeover grind. When that light it gets on, I take it over, it's mine. Tell me what is you want, what you pay for the price. Start with nothing, go on and patiently wait for the right moment to get it on. Just praying to stay in the light. That's just a day in the life.
You know it's been a minute, boy.
There's the bell. This match is underway. Should be a fun one. Always a lot of fun when the bank robbers are in action. Definitely a fan favorite here in WITM, and they're taking on an unexpected tag team in Ali and Ricochet thanks to wildcard rules. Dalton Roush making his return to SmackDown, the brand where he started off his career and had a lot of success as a member of the Shield. DJ Rage, I believe this is his first match ever inside of a SmackDown Live ring. Dalton starts things off with the Bank Robbers versus Ali for his team. Ali has Roush down on a knee, but Roush is able to get back to his feet after some gut punches. There's an Irish whip into the Bank Robbers corner. In comes DJ Rage for an early tag. And it's going to be a double team maneuver. Ali tries to get to Ricochet for a hot tag very early in the match, and already Ali needing a hot tag, but he makes it, and in comes Ricochet, a fellow wild card from Monday Night Raw. I definitely like that gear I got for him. Ali's looks really nice too. Ricochet forced into the Bank Robbers corner, but was able to evade, and DJ Rage goes crashing shoulder first into his own corner. There's a variation of the Sister Abigail by DJ Rage, and Ricochet is going to power out immediately. And already another tag for Dalton Roush. This is turning out to be pretty fast-paced. We've already seen very early in this match a hot tag for Ali and Ricochet, and 2 tags for the Bank Robbers. There's a reversal arm drag by Ricochet. A man who, both in real life, well, not really in real life, he just had the US title, but here in WITM has kind of struggled since losing the NXT title to Captain Casey and coming up to Monday Night Raw. A victory here over the Raw Tag Team Champions would definitely be a great way for him to get back on track, as Dalton Roush goes to work on his arm and bends it back as far as he can. Ali also has kind of been lost in the shuffle since he moved from 205 Live to SmackDown Live. In comes DJ Rage. He will pick up where Dalton left off, going after Ricochet. May have been looking for a Rage GDT, but Ricochet was able to reverse it. There's a set-up powerbomb from Ricochet. Now Rage forced up to his feet. A Rage again forced up. There's an Irish whip into Ricochet's team's corner and a crossbody. It's going to send Ricochet to the apron. But DJ Rage is going to take the opportunity to bring in Dalton Roush. There's a kick to the gut and a huge cutter from Ricochet. What does Ricochet have in mind here? Standing 450 splash from Ricochet. Now Roush forced to his feet, and he's going to reverse with a clothesline. Ricochet with a reversal. Dalton forced up. Irish up into the corner. And there's a crossbody from Ricochet. Once again, take him to the apron. Dalton takes a moment to taunt. That allows Ricochet a chance to tag in Ali. There's some elbows from Ali, and a reversal and a gut punch from Dalton. Now attacking the arm as Ali gets caught on the ropes a little bit, but is able to compose himself and connects with the Hurricane Rana. There's a stomp to the chest and a few more stomps. Now a stomp to the back of the arm. Dalton forced up. And there's an Irish whip into Ali and Ricochet's corner. In comes Ricochet for a double team attack. And that will connect, and Ricochet's not done. He finishes things off with a suplex into a cover. And Dalton Roush is going to power out at 1.5. Now Ricochet looking to take flight. I think, anyway. Never mind, Dalton Roush gets a hot tag to DJ Rage, but Ricochet still takes flight. Caught midair by DJ Rage, who turns into a powerbomb. Beautiful and great ring awareness there by DJ Rage to counter Ricochet's aerial attack. There's a Rage kick from DJ Rage. Not sure what Rage is doing here. But I guess he's going to bide his time and wait until Ricochet starts stirring again. Now he goes for cover. But Ricochet powers out immediately. There's a kick to send Ricochet back down to the canvas. And reversal by Ricochet.
You know what, Byron? I can't exactly agree.
Ricochet, definitely with an interesting suplex there.
He's a man who's read too many of his own.
And now with DDT, Ricochet immediately goes back to his feet and now wants to take flight once again. Didn't work out well for him last time, but that'll work. The 450 splash. And DJ Rage powers out at 2 to avoid our first elimination, as Ricochet is getting fired up. Going for his comeback sequence, he wants another signature maneuver, and he'll get it. Dalton Roush wants the hot tag, but Rage can't quite get there. Does, however, get back to his feet, hits the spine buster, and goes into a cover. And Ricochet powers out at 2. Ricochet avoids the kick to the back, and there's a punch to the back. Rage outships Ricochet into the bank robber corner, and here comes the Unicorn Stampede. Shout out to SmackDown's New Day. Or I guess in this case, this would be the bank robber Stampede.
Corey, you touched on this before. Part of a tag team's ability to be successful is their ability to endure punishment and make their way to their partner when they need.
And Dalton Roush is going to end things with a diving drop kick, or rather a corner drop kick, but is that going to allow Ricochet to get to his corner for a tag? No. Dalton's going to cover him before he can get there. Broken up by Ali at 2. Now all 4 men in the ring. A bit chaotic right now. That's Dalton Roush and Ricochet, that are the legal men. As Dalton Roush connects with the Baby Rock Bottom. And Ricochet with the reversal, stripping the leg, looking for another cutter, broken up by Dalton. Dalton connects with a huge cross body. This time Ricochet will connect with the cutter. And now looks going to take flight again is Ricochet. Might be looking for another 450 splash. And Dalton wisely moves out of the way and goes into a submission. Great positioning, close to center ring, and we're going to see our first elimination. No, Ricochet breaks it up.
And he escapes the submission. And good thing, that could have been disastrous.
Ricochet might have been looking for another cutter. Dalton broke that up and hits a clothesline. Ricochet nearly got a hot tag to Ali, but that's going to be broken up by Dalton. Now Ricochet forced up. There's an Irish-whip into the bank robber corner. Reversal by Ricochet into a beautiful drop kick where he leaps off the ground back first and connects. Great maneuver there by Ricochet, and that's going to allow him to bring in Ali. There's a reversal by Ali. Reversal by Dalton with a gut punch. Irish-whip into the bank robber corner. Ali is able to reverse. Irish-whip into the ropes. Hurricane Rana by Ali. And now Ali wants to take flight. And it's a reverse 450 splash. His will connect. And do we have our first elimination? No. DJ Rage is going to evade Ricochet in order to break the cover up at 2. Otherwise, we may have been looking at a 2-on-1 disadvantage for the bank robbers. As Ricochet took flight over the ropes to take out DJ Rage. But Dalton and Ali are the legal men. Dalton plants Ali on the top rope.
He's not looking
And there's a
good.
reversal by Ali.
He has no option but to make it to his corner and get his partner in. The question is, how much energy does
And
he
Ali
have
wants to take flight again as he's looking for another reverse
that
450.
we've seen him go through so far in this match?
No, this time it's a frog splash, and that will connect. Ali having a lot more success with his aerial maneuvers than Ricochet has. And now submission locked in by Ali, but that's going to be broken up.
Breaks free just when you thought he was out of this one.
There's an hour ship into the corner. Reversal by Dalton. Hour ship into an empty corner, and Ali is able to avoid the crossbody. Hour ship into the corner.
Comes in off the tag.
In comes Ricochet for a double team attack as Ali forces Dalton to the top rope. Launches him into Ricochet, who connects with a powerbomb. Dalton forced up. Ship into the corner. Dalton avoids the crossbody. There's a right from Ricochet and a series of strikes. Backpack drop from Ricochet. And in comes Ali. Ali and Ricochet definitely being able to hold their own so far against the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Possibly nearing the end here.
But here, momentum may swing back in the Bank Robbers' favor because there's the side of a bullet. And do the Bank Robbers have the first elimination in this match? No, Ali powers out at 2. But Dalton still is fired up regardless. And looks like he thought about he was going to head over to DJ Rage for a tag, but instead locks in a submission, targeting the arm of Ali.
Here he goes. Oh, victory is
There's a series of cross bodies from Dalton, like he's going for a signature for his comeback sequence that would give him a free signature maneuver, and does. Dalton does the money taunt before forcing Ali to his feet. Is he going to go for the Baby Rock Bottom? There it is, the Baby Rock Bottom for the second time in this match. Is this going to eliminate Ali? Yes, it does. We have our first elimination. Ricochet now must defeat both Bank Robbers on his own. A very tall task. It's just as I was talking about how Ali and Ricochet were holding their own, the Bank Robbers must have heard me, because they completely swing momentum in their favor in a huge way with the first elimination. There's a backpack drop from Ricochet. The Bank Robbers in the past have shown that they have had very good success in elimination matches, even when the odds are against them, and so far so good yet again for the Bank Robbers. Ricochet forces Dalton to his feet.
I can't believe it.
There's a kick to the back of the head of Dalton Roush. Now Ricochet goes for cover.
To win this thing. Okay, this time has to do it.
Nearly evens up this matchup by eliminating Dalton Roush, but he powers out at 2.5. There's a gut kick from Ricochet and a DDT. As Ali just now makes his way to the back after being eliminated. Here comes Ricochet. 450 splash connects. He nearly eliminated Dalton earlier. Will he be able to do it this time? Yes, Dalton Roush is eliminated. Surprisingly, DJ Rage just stood there and watched and didn't try to break up the cover. And now we have essentially a singles match between DJ Rage and Ricochet. And DJ Rage telling Ricochet to bring it, but he's still on the ground. So Rage would drag Ricochet closer to center ring and stomp away at the elbow.
When this guy's on, look at him.
Now Rage goes for a comeback sequence, looking for a signature maneuver.
Knocked him right off his feet. Yeah, no kidding.
Super kick, or rather Rage kick, is going to bust open Ricochet. Before Rage can capitalize, Ricochet is able to reverse. Ricochet with a submission locked in, targeting an arm of DJ Rage.
what makes him one of the best in the business.
And Ricochet with another reversal as Dalton Roush finally begins to head to the back. Suplex by Rage. Now Rage thought he was going for a finisher, but instead there's a stomp to the chest. And a reversal by Ricochet. Ricochet with a leg sweep as he pull off the upset here and eliminate both members of the Bank Robbers on his own. No, at least not yet. Rage powers out at 2. Now Ricochet looking to take flight. And Rage is able to widely evade. Or wisely evade, rather. Now Rage with a Rage stomp to that bloodied head of Ricochet. Does this end the matchup? Yes, it does. The Bank Robbers win this elimination tag match 1-0 with DJ Rage, the last man standing.
Here we go.
His driver's license said James, he went by Jim. A gangster wannabe, and baby, that was him. He stole his uncle's 44 last Friday night. Said if I wanted in, we'd have to plan this thing just right. We'll need the gloves, we'll need the bags, a couple masks. We'll need to steal a car with windows tinted black.
Okay, so yet another really fun tag team match featuring the Bank Robbers. That's going to cap off a very good week for the Bank Robbers. They had victories on both their home brand Raw and on SmackDown as wild cards. And now we turn our attention to the current number 1 contender to the WWE Championship, Corey, who is in control of his own destiny. If he can defeat Roman Reigns as he did a couple of weeks ago, he will get a rematch with Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship at Stomping Grounds in 5 days. Corey, of course, had some words to say heading into this huge matchup for him, but rather than going on the mic, he headed to social media. We have a tweet from Corey that we'll put up on the screen now. Alright, and now let's head into the matchup itself. A must-win match for Corey. Corey with an opportunity to lock himself into a WWE Championship match at Stomping Grounds, but he faces a very tough obstacle in the form of Roman Reigns, who of course would love to have that opportunity himself. Corey, of course, will be accompanied by the rest of his stable. The man who was revealed as the Reaper last week, the Intercontinental and 24/7 champion, Ayat Master, and the still masked man known only as a hardcore icon. Roman Reigns will go it alone. That said, let's get this matchup underway with Corey looking to clinch a WWE title match.
Making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at
There's the bell. This huge matchup with major #1 contendership to the WWE title implications is underway. Both these men would love to take on Kevin Owens at Stomping Grounds for the WWE title. The winner of this match most likely will. There's a reversal from Corey. Corey forces Reigns to his feet. Corey defeated Reigns a couple of weeks ago. All he needs to do is do it again. Of course, that's easier said than done. But if he can't do it again, he has that WWE title shot. Reigns looking to make quick work of Corey. And Corey powers out at 1. Of course, a lot of history between Corey and Roman Reigns with the Purity Society's feud with the Shield back in WITM Season 2, and some meetings since then. You have to wonder if Corey's new stable that we have yet to learn the name of and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will have any run-ins. Corey is able to get back to his feet with some elbow strikes. Corey looking to go on the attack, but instead gets a gut kick from Reigns and a punch to the head. Now, here's some more punch to the head with mounted punches. And stomps to the gut. Stomps to the head of Corey. Reigns with the advantage early on in this matchup. Can Corey turn things around? There's a sit-out powerbomb. And get another powerbomb from Reigns, this time into a cover. Corey powers out at 1. Reigns trying to overpower Corey and wear him down early. Reigns, I believe, may have been going for a Superman punch, but Corey caught the arm and was able to reverse. Now Corey with strike after strike after strike. I've counted 9 so far. That's definitely one way to turn the momentum back in your favor. Corey showing some of that Taekwondo background, but here's Roman Reigns with the Boston Crab. And Corey's able to break that up. Now Reigns forced to his feet. And a huge knife hand chop. Corey showing more of that Taekwondo background. Relying on his old martial arts background to wear down Reigns and this huge matchup for him. And there's another Taekwondo move, a back fist, and Corey going for knife hand chops and then a roundhouse. This time Roman Reigns will connect with a Superman punch, however, breaking up Corey's momentum. And does he break up Corey's hopes of a WWE title match? No, but he came close. Corey powered out at 2, and Reigns in shock that had not put Corey away. Corey is able to break up Reigns' momentum after that Superman punch with a reversal and a signature of his own, the Dark Descent.
Making a statement, though. Roman Reigns' chances just went from bad to worse.
Corey goes for cover. Does he clinch a WWE title match this Sunday? No, now it's another near fall, this time for Corey, and now he's the one in shock. And there's a reversal by Reigns. Reigns will turn the favor, break up Corey's momentum following a signature maneuver, and connect with a spear out of nowhere. Corey will not get a WWE title shot this Sunday because Roman Reigns, with pretty much ease, has defeated Corey. are your results and rankings updates following this edition of SmackDown Live. In the opening matchup, the Iconics recovered from the loss of their women's tag team titles on Raw to defeat Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And our first of two WITM matches on this card, the Bank Robbers came over as wildcards from Raw to defeat Ali and fellow wildcard from Raw Ricochet. Charlotte Flair defeated Lana in non-title action. Corey came up short in his opportunity to clinch a WWE title match this Sunday. Roman Reigns defeated him. Also non-title action, Braun Strowman was able to once again clinch a Universal title match with Captain Casey at Stomping Grounds by defeating the WWE Champion Kevin Owens, which means we have our first confirmed match for Stomping Grounds, or actually our second confirmed match for Stomping Grounds. Braun Strowman will face Captain Casey for the Universal title, and Cesaro will face Jack for the United States title. So both of the Blade Runners title defenses are confirmed. And then the main event, Andrade defeated Rusev in a fatal five-way with no decision for Elias, Shelton Benjamin, and R-Truth. And how does that affect the rankings on SmackDown and for the wild cards on Raw? So I always forget to show where the wild cards are in the rankings following Raw or SmackDown. I'll go ahead and do that now. We won't do a full rankings update. We'll just show the wild cards are. The Bank Robbers are still Raw Tag Team Champions. Ricochet fell to number 12 in the U.S. title division. And Braun Strowman remains the number one contender to the Universal title. Those are where the wild cards from Raw that appeared on SmackDown are. Now we'll do SmackDown's rankings update. AI Master is still 24/7 champion. The Kabuki Warriors are women's tag team champions. The number one contenders are the Iconics. The number two contenders, the Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And women's singles wrestling, the champion is Charlotte Flair for SmackDown. Number one contender Bayley. Number two Ember Moon. Number three Carmella. And number four Lana. In the men's tag team division, the champions are the Colognes. Number one contenders the Planet's Tag Team. Number two the B Team. And number three Heavy Machinery. The Intercontinental Champion is AI Master. Number one contender Andrade. Number two Shinsuke Nakamura. Number three Buddy Murphy. Number four Rusev. Number five Finn Balor. Number six Shelton Benjamin. Number seven Elias. Number eight Apollo Crews. Number nine R-Truth. Number 10 Mustafa Ali. The WWE Champion is Kevin Owens, the number one contender and the man who defeated Corey to earn a title match at Stomping Grounds, Roman Reigns. Corey could appear in a non-title matchup, but he will not get the WWE title opportunity at Stomping Grounds. He falls just short, currently sitting at number 2. At number 3 is Kofi Kingston, number 4 Randy Orton, and number 5 Dolph Ziggler. So that does it for SmackDown Live. Now we turn our attention to the Go Home 205 Live before Stomping Grounds, with Gerald and Austin Rage having opportunity most likely to clinch a title match with Andrew at Stomping Grounds. Will we see Gerald, Austin Rage, or Andrew in action? Let's find out. Okay, so now it is time for 205 Live, and we have a stacked card for you, with every match either having a title on the line or having major title implications. We kick things off with the current number 1 contender to the Cruiserweight title, Austin Rage, looking to lock himself into that Cruiserweight title match with Andrew Spudstrong at Stomping Grounds. Then, yet again, as AI Master goes to leave SmackDown Live, someone from the show that immediately follows SmackDown Live, 205 Live, Drew Gulak, has confronted him and challenged him to a 24/7 title match. They will brawl backstage, just as Master and Lince Dorado did last week, with Master's 24/7 championship on the line. Then in the main event, Andrew looking to gain as much momentum as he can heading into his Cruiserweight title defense at Stomping Grounds. He'll be taking on the number 2 contender, Tony Nese, who could earn a spot in that title match regardless of what happens in Austin Rage's match if he gets a non-title victory. But before we get into 205 Live, Andrew and Gerald, who is not scheduled to compete this week, he comes in as a number 3 contender, are talking backstage. Let's listen in and hear what Andrew and Gerald have to say to each other. Andrew confronts Gerald backstage and speaks to him. Gerald, I just got done speaking to Drake Maverick, and he just told me that at Stomping Grounds, I'll be defending my Cruiserweight Championship in a triple threat match. Which means that right now, you are just one spot away from competing in that matchup. Now, I'm currently scheduled to face Tony Nese tonight in the main event, but I already wiped the floor with him last week, and I have all the momentum that I need heading into Stomping Grounds. So, since this is your last week as an honorary member of Team Livestrong Spudstrong, I'm going to have you take my place against Nese tonight. Beat him, and I'll see you this Sunday, with my title on the line. Gerald responds to Andrew. Yeah, brother. Thank you, Andrew, for this great opportunity. It's been an honor to be mentored by you these last few weeks, but I still have something to prove here on 205 Live, and on Sunday, watch out, because I'm coming for your Cruiserweight title. Okay, so a lot to digest from what we just heard backstage. First of all, Gerald taking the spot of Andrew in tonight's main event. This is the last 205 Live in which Andrew has agreed to mentor his good friend and fellow WITM member, Gerald. And so, rather than Andrew competing against Tony Nese in the main event, Gerald will take his place, and Gerald will lock himself into a Cruiserweight title opportunity against Andrew at Stomping Ground should he win this match. Gerald is the number 3 contender, Tony Nese is the number 2 contender, so the winner will get the final spot in the matchup. We could potentially see Gerald versus Austin Rage versus Andrew for the Cruiserweight title at Stomping Grounds. What an amazing match that would be. A triple threat between 3 WIT members for the Cruiserweight title will happen if both Austin Rage and Gerald win their matches on this 205 Live. So Andrew and Gerald allies tonight, but they may find themselves opponents with the Cruiserweight title on the line at Stomping Grounds. Of course, we learned that that Cruiserweight title match at Stomping Grounds will now be a triple threat match. As I just mentioned, we could see all 3 WIT members assigned to 205 Live. Andrew, Gerald, and Austin Rage battling for the Cruiserweight title at Stomping Grounds. So without further ado, let's get into our first matchup, where Austin Rage has an opportunity to lock himself into that title match. He comes in as number 1 contender and takes on the recently returned from NXT UK, Noam Dar. Will Austin Rage capitalize on this must-win opportunity, or will he fall just short? Let's find out and get this match underway.
The Scottish Supernova.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 178 pounds, Noam Dar.
An incredibly skilled technician in the ring. Noam Dar has a ring IQ higher than most in WWE. He's 24 years old. He's one of the youngest superstars in all of WWE. And what he may lack in life experience, he more than makes up for with in-ring IQ. One of the most highly skilled technical wrestlers in the entire world.
Think back to a couple years ago and Noam Dar's performance in the Cruiserweight Classic. And since then, has become a cornerstone of 205 Live.
He sure loves himself.
And his opponent, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 199 pounds, Austin Rage.
Guys, what better way to start the night off than with this one?
I can't think of a better match to kick the night off, Michael. In fact, we haven't even gotten started yet, and I can assure you that this will be a tough match to follow.
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to predict what's going to happen.
Here we go. The bell is underway. Can Austin Rage lock himself into a title match with Andrew and one other opponent at Stomping Grounds as he already hits the sling blade? Are we about to see a squash match?
Here's the cover. 1, 2, and he kicks out.
We nearly did. Already a 2.5 count. Austin Rage thought he had won the match already, but the referee says no, it will continue.
This situation just got real bad for No Andar.
And there we go. That might do it.
He goes for the cover. 1, 2,
Austin Rage defeats Noam Dar and will take on Andrew and another opponent at Stomping Grounds just like that.
Here's another quick look at some of the highlights.
And I always enjoy watching him perform.
Here is your winner, Austin Rage.
Big win here to start the show.
And if that match is any indication of what to expect here tonight, we are in for an amazing evening.
What a way to kick off tonight. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started.
Okay, we now know that Austin Rage will be one of Andrew's opponents at Stomping Grounds with the Cruiserweight title on the line. The other man will either be Tony Nese or WITM's Gerald, which we will find out in the main event. But for now, let's turn our attention to this 24/7 title matchup for a second week in a row. Ayat Master went to leave SmackDown Live, who shares a locker room with 205 Live, but was confronted on his way out by a member of 205 Live. This time, it's Drew Gulak, and they are going to brawl backstage with the 24/7 title on the line. There will be no entrances, there will be no referee, but the 24/7 title is on the line nonetheless. So let's get this match underway.
This is a developing situation.
There we go. Ayat Master trying to leave the arena after SmackDown Live. Confronted by Drew Gulak as Dean Ambrose is being interviewed backstage. Oh my gosh. By Renee Young, his wife, even though he works for AEW. Okay. Anyways, ignore that man in the back and let's pay attention to the title match. Ayat Master trying to lead Drew Gulak into that interview area. Okay, it's going to make it even harder to ignore Dean Ambrose being interviewed backstage when he works for AEW. And yet again, the fight goes into Triple H's locker room, the same location that the title match between Ayat Master and Lince Dorado took place. There's a cross chop from Ayat Master after he was hit by the briefcase. Reversal by Gulak. Cross chop from Gulak. Return the favor. There's a swinging neck breaker. Gulak bending back the arms of Antmaster as far as he can. And now Gulak is going to do it again, trying to neutralize that power of Antmaster. There's stomps to the head. Master forced up to his feet. Reversal by Master with a gut punch. And a knee to the head. As Gulak is going to fall on top of that briefcase, which Master is going to use as a weapon. And was that enough to put away Gulak? No. Master with a taunt, even though there's nobody to see it other than Triple H if he's at his desk again. Arm drag by Master.
This match is trending in a bad direction for him right now, guys. He's going to want to make some changes.
And Master points the knees of Gulak into the rug. Now what does Master have in mind? Triple H is at his office again, as Master nearly destroys Triple H's laptop. And there's a suplex with Triple H getting a front row seat again. I'm not sure he's going to be too thrilled with Master. And with the Cruiserweight trashing his office for a second week in a row. Or at least fighting in his office. Death Punch is going to bust open Drew Gulak, and Master remains the 24/7 champion after his second title defense on 205 Live. And you see Triple H not too thrilled over there in the corner, but I don't think Master cares. He remains 24/7 champion. Okay, and now it's time for a huge main event. It is for these final spots in the Cruiserweight title matchup, triple threat match at Stomping Grounds. We already know that Andrew will defend the Cruiserweight title against Austin Rage. But who will fill in that final spot? Will it be the current number 2 contender, Tony Nese? Or will it be the number 3 contender, WITM's Gerald? If Gerald wins here, we will have a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight title between 3 WITM members at Stomping Grounds. I'm sure that's something we all would love to see. I'm pretty sure we're all pulling for Gerald here. Can he do as Andrew did last week and defeat Tony Nese to earn himself a title opportunity? Let's find out and get this huge main event underway.
Over here. Come here, I want to show you something. This right here, this is why I'm the premier athlete. And let me show you something else. Let's count it out together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 reasons why I'm the premier athlete. 8 reasons why I'm better than each and every one of you.
Making his way to the ring from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 196 pounds, the premier athlete, Tony Nese.
This match might just steal the show. A man who says he moves like a cruiserweight, but hits like a heavyweight.
One of the most explosive superstars in the Cruiserweight division. The future is incredibly bright for Tony Nese.
one-on-one action coming up here, guys, and I'm willing to bet this will be one we won't soon forget.
Totally agree, Michael. When you have two superstars as hungry as these two competing in the ring, you can bet it'll be memorable.
And there's the bell. And here we go. This is the type of battle that you can show someone who's new to our brand of entertainment and say, this is what...
And this match is underway. Will Gerald lock himself in as the final participant in the Cruiserweight Championship Triple Threat match this Sunday at Stomping Grounds? Or will it be Tony Nese? Gerald, even since coming to 205 Live, hasn't gotten to see too much action, but that can all change, and he can prove himself in a big way if he can get a Cruiserweight title opportunity this Sunday and win at Stomping Grounds, ending the reign of his good friend Andrew. Gerald looking strong early on, looking to wear down Nese with a submission maneuver, but Nese powers out. This is the final 205 Live where Andrew and Team Livestrong Spudstrong is mentoring Gerald. Following this, Gerald is on his own, and will he be on his own as Cruiserweight Champion? Of course, Tony Nese was defeated very easily. Andrew wrestled a pretty much perfect match last week against him. Andrew, literally, he wasn't kidding when he said it to Gerald backstage, has as much momentum as he can possibly get in this game leading into Stomping Grounds. And I'm sure Nese would love nothing more than to get some revenge, defeat Andrew's friend Gerald, and then get an opportunity to defeat Andrew for his Cruiserweight title at Stomping Grounds, which of course would be the ultimate revenge for the embarrassment last week. Nese repeatedly slams the head of Gerald into that top turnbuckle. Now targets the leg with a kick to the back of the knee. Nese definitely putting on a better performance than he did against Andrew last week so far. Will it be enough to lead him to a Cruiserweight title match? But there's a great reversal by Gerald, and Nese not sure where Gerald went. There's an arm strip into the ropes and a running clothesline. Andrew getting fired up for his buddy. He wants to see two other WIT members in that ring with him this Sunday. There's a clothesline by Gerald. Now targeting the chest, plunging it into the canvas. Now Gerald returning the favor, repeatedly plunging the head of Nese into that top turnbuckle. Now Gerald forces Nese up, looking for the running boot, or rather the big boot, but Nese is able to reverse, and that's a huge momentum swing in the favor of Tony Nese. Nese looking for a super kick, but Gerald is able to evade. There's a clothesline and Bulldog. Lance Armstrong showing his approval. Nese goes for cover, or rather Gerald goes for cover of Nese, and Nese powers out of one. There's a kick to the back.
When this guy's on, look out.
And a one-handed powerbomb from Nese will lead him to the title opportunity this Sunday. It nearly does, but Gerald powers out at two. Nese is in shock that Gerald is still going. Now Gerald forced up to his feet. There's an arm strip into the corner. Gerald catches the leg and kicks the leg of Nese. There's a jab. And now an arm strip into the corner. And Nese is able to avoid the clothesline. Now Gerald sent back into the corner. Elbow strike from Gerald and a huge lariat. There's a stomp to the chest. Gerald once again trying to wear down Nice with a submission, targeting the arm and shoulder. And Nice is able to break it up with elbow strikes. There's an Irish whip into the corner. Gerald catches the leg and connects with a clothesline. Gerald taking a moment to recover as Nice struggles to get back to his feet and needs the help of the ropes. Nice put himself in a very bad position, seated in the corner, and Gerald is going to take advantage by just flinging him off those ropes. Now Nice up to his feet. There's a jab from Gerald. Looking for a backbreaker. Nice is able to reverse with gut punches. Both men definitely trying to make use of the corner. And what does Nice have in mind here with Gerald planted over the top rope? It's a kick to the gut into a fireman's carry into a backbreaker. Beautiful move there by Tony Nice. But now Nice distracted by Team Livestrong Spud Strong's Lance Armstrong. Gerald may be Andrew's opponent this Sunday, but Livestrong Spud Strong showing support to him tonight. And there would definitely be a friendly rivalry if they are opponents this Sunday. There's a super kick to the chest. Irish up into the ropes from Gerald. And a leg sweep, but Gerald is starting to show signs of exhaustion. Can he keep up the attack? Not sure what he was trying to do there, but he missed, and that gives Nice an opening, send him into the corner yet again, but Gerald is able to reverse. There's a nice hip toss from Gerald, and he goes into a cover. Does he get a title opportunity this Sunday? No. Gerald thought that would be enough to put Nice away, but he powers out at 2. Now Nice forced up to his feet. Big boot from Gerald. Gerald again showing signs of tiredness. He needs to capitalize off that big boot. This would definitely do it. Here comes a spear. It connects. Are we about to see a triple threat between 3 WITM members for the Cruiserweight title this Sunday? Yes! Gerald gets a title match this Sunday. It will be Andrew versus Austin Rage versus Gerald for the Cruiserweight title at Stomping Grounds. WITM member versus WITM member versus WITM member. You cannot script this any better.
He's getting it done here. Check this out. Still can't believe I get paid to watch this amazing action.
Here is your winner, Gerald.
And there's your winner via pinfall. Wow, he absolutely manhandled him there toward the end.
That main event may have raised more questions than provide answers. We'll find out next time. See you soon, everybody.
Okay, and here are your results from this edition of 205 Live. We already know the Cruiserweight title situation, but let's recap the results and do the rankings update regardless. Austin Rage defeated Noam Dar. That let him into that Cruiserweight title triple threat this Sunday. He easily defeated Noam Dar in a squash match where all he needed was his signature and finisher to defeat Noam Dar. Then Lucha House Party defeated the Singh brothers. Ayat Master defeated Drew Gulak. And Gerald defeated Tony Nese. Which means that we have a all WITM member Cruiserweight title triple threat match this Sunday at Stomping Grounds, where it will be WITM's Andrew Spudstrong, the defending Cruiserweight champion, versus his number 1 contender, Austin Rage, and the number 2 contender, Gerald of WITM. To confirm it, let's go into our rankings and do our rankings update. I need to make a small change here real quick because for some reason I thought I wrote down that the Singh brothers defeated Lucha House Party when it was the other way around. So let me just fix that real quick. There we go. Now we can do our rankings update. The Cruiserweight champion is Andrew Spudstrong. Number 1 contender Austin Rage. Number 2 Gerald. Number 3, Humberto Carrillo. Number 4, Brian Kendrick. Number 5, Tony Nese. Number 6, Sunil Singh. Number 7, Oni Lorcan. Number 8, Kalisto. Number 9, Akira Tozawa. Number 10, Samir Singh. Number 11, Drew Gulak. Number 12, Mike Kanellis. Number 13, Noam Dar. Number 14, Graham Metalik. Number 15, Ari Davari. And number 16, Lindsay Dorado. So what a match to look forward to this Sunday at Stomping Grounds. I'm sure we'll all be looking forward to that match. I might just need to make it the main event, even though in real life it wouldn't be, because that is a huge, huge matchup. Three WITM members competing for the Cruiserweight title. But that will be this Sunday at Stomping Grounds. Now we turn attention to NXT UK, and will we see the in-ring singles debut of WITM's Dylan Hayes of the Blade Runners? Let's find out. Okay, so the wait continues for Dylan Hayes' first singles matchup and our first NXT UK match ever. So, here are your results and rankings update from this edition of NXT UK. In non-title action, the United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne defeated Sam Gradwell. Kenny Williams defeated Walter. In an 8-woman battle royal to determine Rhea Ripley's next opponent for the United Kingdom Women's title, Jessica Bear will be her next opponent. She defeated Isla Dawn, Jenny, Kaylee Ray, Charlie Morgan, Piper Niven, Toni Storm, and Shia Brookside. In non-title action, Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner representing Imperium defeated Mark Coffey and Wolfgang of the United Kingdom Tag Team Champions Gallus, and the other member of Gallus, Joe Coffey, defeated Joseph Connors. And how does that affect the rankings on NXT UK? Let's find out. At Masters, still United Kingdom champion. The UK Women's Champion is Rhea Ripley, number 1 contender, and her opponent, whenever she defends the UK Women's title next, Jessica Bear. Number 2, Isla Dawn. Number 3, Kaylee Ray. Number 4, Charlie Morgan. Number 5, Piper Niven. Number 6, Jenny. Number 7, Toni Storm. Number 8, Shia Brookside. Number 9, Nina Samuels. Number 10, Killer Kelly. The United Kingdom Tag Team Champions are Gallus, number contenders Imperium. Number 2, a new tag team, The Hunt, consisting of Wild Boar, formerly known as Mike Hitchman, and Primate. Third, Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. Number 4, Grizzled Young Veterans. And number 5, Mustache Mountain. The United Kingdom Champion is Pete Dunne. Number 1 contender Joe Coffey. Number 2, Ligero. Number 3, Joseph Connors. Number 4, Kenny Williams. Number 5, Alexander Wolf. Number 6, Travis Banks. Number 7, Jordan Devlin. Number 8, Walter. Number 9, Dave Mastiff. Number 10, Dylan Hayes. Number 11, Ashton Smith. Number 12, Eddie Dennis. Number 13, Saxon Huxley. And number 14, Sam Gradwell. Now we move on to NXT. Will we see any of the Degenerates or WITM's newest member, the Destroyer, in action? Okay, so unfortunately for the second week in a row, we do not have the Degenerates in action. However, we do still have some action for you, as is going to be the singles debut of WITM's newest member, the Destroyer. We saw him briefly at Super Showdown and the 24/7 Championship Battle Royal, where he was impressive. Now he makes a singles debut on his home brand, NXT, and what a debut opportunity it will be, because he is taking on the NXT champion, the man who sent Captain Casey and the Blade Runners away from NXT for good. The NXT champion, Roderick Strong, representing the Undisputed Era. So, let's get this match underway. The Destroyer makes his singles debut on NXT against the NXT champion, Roderick Strong, in non-title action, likely with an opportunity to become number 1 contender.
Making his way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 200 pounds, the NXT champion, Roderick Strong. And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 330 pounds, the Destroyer.
Get ready, guys. Big-time singles matches coming up here.
And I can assure you these two superstars have been waiting all day to get their hands on each other.
You can feel the electricity.
There's the bell. This match is underway. A huge non-title opportunity for the Destroyer against the reigning NXT champion, Roderick Strong, who is going it alone tonight. But, of course, that doesn't mean we won't see other members of the Undisputed Era. Roderick Strong does have the run-in ability enabled. There's a kick straight to the gut from the Destroyer. Of course, Roderick Strong has a champion's advantage, but the Destroyer with the size and power advantage for sure. You might even say that the champion is an underdog here in this matchup. The Destroyer, our newest WITM member. Shout out to SAVVYONE if you're watching. Fellow streamer on YouTube who is the creator of the Destroyer. There's a kick to the back and a kick to the back of the leg. Huge axe handle to the back of Strong, sends him down to the canvas, and a stomp to the back. And there is that run-in. Or no, it's not the Undisputed Era, it's the Street Profits. Not sure why, or at least the music and Titantron of the Street Profits, not sure why the Street Profits want to fear with the Destroyer and help Roderick Strong from a rival tag team, but they've done just that, and that nearly got Roderick Strong the victory. Looks like we may see the Destroyer have an encounter with the Street Profits in the near future. Maybe a 2-on-1 handicap match. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, the Destroyer must try to turn his focus back to a very tough challenger in front of him, the NXT champion Roderick Strong, who outships him into the corner. And the Destroyer avoids the knee to the head. There's an outstrip into the corner. Strong goes to work on the arm of the Destroyer, trying to neutralize some of that massive power, and connects with an elbow straight to the arm. There's another outstrip into the corner, and a reversal from the Destroyer. Outstrip into the corner. Reversal by Strong. Strip into the corner yet again, and an elbow strike from Strong to reverse. And surprise, surprise, Irish up into the corner.
He's too quick for him now.
And reversal by Strong. Strong goes for a kick to the gut, but reversal by the Destroyer into a submission. Sharpshooter locked in.
Eludes that one.
And the hold has been broken, but now the Destroyer looking for a finisher.
You know what's coming here.
It connects a Falcon Arrow. Destroyer goes for cover and defeats the NXT champion. How about that for a singles debut? The Destroyer is victorious over the NXT champion in non-title action.
He was on point the entire match, as you can see here.
Here is your winner, the Destroyer.
Without even breaking a sweat,
This one is over. When you get a one-on-one match like that, you hate to see one of them come up short. But that's just the harsh reality of it.
And that'll do it here for this one-on-one match. I hope you enjoyed it as much as this live crowd appears to have enjoyed it.
And here are your results and rankings update for this edition of NXT. Tyler Breeze defeated Kona Reeves in the opening match. Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan defeated the Street Profits. Kushida defeated Killian Dane. That was non-title action with the North American Champion Kushida defeating Killian Dane. The last match was non-title as well. Or sorry, I thought the Forgotten Sons were in that match for some reason. Never mind. This match was non-title as the NXT Women's Champion Mia Yim defeated Shia Lee. And in the main event, once again non-title action, the Destroyer, very impressive in his singles debut, making pretty easy work of the NXT Champion, Roderick Strong. Of course, one thing to take away from that match was the Street Profits causing interference in that match, trying to distract the Destroyer. We may end up seeing the Destroyer and the Street Profits settling that score in the future. But for now, let's turn our attention to the rankings update. AI Master still NXT champ, or rather 24/7 champion, but did not appear in NXT. The NXT Women's Champion is Mia Yim. Mia Yim defends her NXT title next week inside of a steel cage, and her opponent will be WITM's Rose of the Degenerates. We have a confirmed title match, not for Stomping Grounds, but NXT next week. Mia Yim versus the Degenerates Rose inside of a steel cage for the NXT Women's title. And if Rose wins that NXT Women's title, she will fast track not just herself, but the rest of the Degenerates to the main roster. So that match will be huge, not just for herself, but Zims and Aaron Danger as well. Number 2 is Marina Shafir. Number 3, Aaliyah. Number 4, Jessamine Duke. Number 5, Shayna Baszler. Number 6, Vanessa Bourne. Number 7, Tainara Conti. Number 8, Io Shirai. Number 9, Deonna Purrazzo. Number 10, Casey Catanzaro. Number 11, Shia Lee. Number 12, Candice LeRae. Number 13, Bianca Belair. The NXT Tag Team Champions are the Forgotten Sons. Number 1 is Burch and Lorcan. Number 2, back in the Tag Team division now that Bobby Fish has returned from injury, the Undisputed Era. Number 3, Street Profits. The NXT North American Champion is Kushida. Number 1 is Tyler Breeze. Number 2, I have him in the North American title division, even though he is NXT Champion in real life, because Undisputed Era member Roderick Strong is the champion. Adam Cole. Number 3, Riddick Moss. Number 4, WITM's Aaron Danger. Number 5, Keith Lee. Number 6, Raul Mendoza. Number 7, Cesar Bononi. Number 8, Dominic Dijakovic. Number 9, Killian Dane. Number 10, Kona Reeves. Number 11, Shane Thorne. Number 12, Cassius Ohno. Number 13, a kind of new addition to the roster, Damian Priest, who was formerly known in NXT and Ring of Honor as Punishment Martinez. The NXT champion is Roderick Strong, number 1 contender, the man who defeated him on this edition of NXT. The Destroyer, could we see a rematch down the line with the NXT title on the line? Number 2 is Velveteen Dream. Number 3, Johnny Gargano. Number 4, Zims. And number 5, Matt Riddle. Now we advance to main events, where we know there will not be a WITM match because every WITM member on Raw is currently holding a title. So we will sim, and I'll be back in a moment with your results and rankings update. Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for Raw's Minor Show main event. And the opening match, the Revival defeated Hawkins and Ryder. Also in tag team action, the Viking Raiders defeated Gallows and Anderson. And in the main event, Cesaro defeated Eric Young. And how does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. We'll only show the divisions affected by main events. The Raw Tag Team Champions are the Bank Robbers. Number 1 contenders, the Revival. Number 2, Viking Raiders. Number 3, Lucha House Party. Number 4, Gallows and Anderson. Number 5, The Ascension. Number 6, Hawkins and Ryder. And number 7, the Usos. The United States Champion is Jack, number 1 contenders, and his opponent at Stomping Grounds for the U.S. title, Cesaro. Number 2, The Miz. Number 3, Cedric Alexander. Number 4, Eric Young. Number 5, AJ Styles. Number 6, Mojo Rawley. Number 7, Bobby Roode. Number 8, Samoa Joe. Number 9, Titus O'Neil. Number 10, EC3. Number 11, Heath Slater. Number 12, Ricochet. And number 13, No Way Jose. So normally this is where I would call the episode, but our next event is Stomping Grounds, and so I'm going to head off screen, set up the pay-per-view card, and then we will call it an episode. So the Stomping Grounds card will be revealed in a moment. We know we have 3 WITM matches. Captain Casey will defend the Universal title against Braun Strowman. I'm trying to remember the rest of the matches now. Captain Casey defends the Universal title against Braun Strowman. Jack defends the United States title against Cesaro. And a huge triple threat match for the Cruiserweight title between 3 WITM members. I swear I did not script this out myself. This is just how it worked. The Cruiserweight champion Andrew Spudstrong defends against WITM's Austin Rage and WITM's Gerald. And we may see other WITM members such as Corey and non-title action. The entire card will be revealed in just moments. I'm going to head off screen and set it up, and then we'll reveal your Stomping Grounds pay-per-view card. Okay, here is your reveal of the card for the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view for the main roster. There are 9 matches in total, 2 non-title matches and 7 title matches, including the 3 WITM matches that are on the card. We'll start off by showing you the 2 non-title matches I have on my backup save, since you can only put 7 on one save. It will be Randy Orton of SmackDown teaming with Baron Corbin of Raw to take on SmackDown Tag Team Heavy Machinery in the first matchup. In the second matchup, it will be Kofi Kingston of SmackDown taking on Drew McIntyre of Raw, accompanied by his ally, Shane McMahon. And now we go on to the main save, where we will find our 3 WITM matches and all of the title matches that are on the Stomping Grounds card. We start off with Natalya defending her Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans. Then we have our first of 3 WITM matches, as Jack will be making his first defense of the United States Championship against the man who only held the U.S. title for a mere matter of minutes before Jack cashed in his United States title on him and defeated him to become United States Champion, Cesaro. And then the Colognes will defend their SmackDown Tag Team titles against the New Day now that Big E has returned. New Day will be represented by Big E and Xavier Woods, and accompanied by Kofi Kingston. Then Charlotte Flair will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against the real-life champion, Bayley. I forgot to make this match for the WWE title, but it is for the WWE title. Kevin Owens will defend the WWE Championship against Roman Reigns. Captain Casey will make his first defense of the Universal title against a very tough challenger who definitely has him beat on paper, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. And by the way, that match is a no holds barred, no countouts, no disqualification, anything goes matchup. And I made an executive decision here, but I'm sure it's one you would all agree with. On Real Life, this match is the kickoff show, but I think this match deserves a lot better than the kickoff show here in WITM. How about the main event of Stomping Grounds? A triple threat match between 3 WITM members. Andrew Spudstrong defends the Cruiserweight title against WITM's Austin Rage, number 1 contender, and WITM's Gerald, the number 2 contender. One of those 3 WITM members that compete on 205 Live will walk out of Stomping Grounds Cruiserweight champion. Will it be Andrew? Continuing his 7th WWE Cruiserweight title reign. Will it be Gerald getting his first Cruiserweight title reign? Or will it be Austin Rage finally accomplishing his goal of dethroning Andrew as Cruiserweight champion and becoming the face of 205 Live? We will find out in the next episode, number 85, for our Stomping Grounds pay-per-view. But for now, that is going to do it for episode number 84. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. Once I sign off, there will be information on how to become a WIT member for free. So stay tuned for that. We will have links to our social media, as well as links to WITM members who stream on either Twitch or YouTube. So go check them out, leave them a follow, and support them. And as always, we'll have the most up-to-date standings for the WITM superstars as well. But that is going to do it for episode 84. Until number 85, the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view with 3 huge WITM matches featuring titles on the line, including a triple threat match that is all WITM members for the Cruiserweight title. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.